Okay, I did a video. I put it on YouTube, but I watched it. It wasn't clear enough. I'm going to show you how the brake lines and the fuel lines run on this car, in case you ever run into the same problem as me, because I didn't know where they are. So we'll start right here at the left front passenger side. This is the end of the vapor line. The canister is going to be here somewhere. So there's a clip here. There's a clip here. There might have been one there. You see those two holes? That's where the clip and the screw goes in. I don't know. So that's the vapor line. Then it goes down, in through. It goes along the top of this frame, then it goes over. I'll show that part later. And also, while we're here, here's the brake line. Well, here's the return line. It's confusing how to say this. Let's start over here again. We got the 3/8 fuel line, and we got the 1/4 inch return line. So the 1/4 inch return line bolts right here, right above the engine mount. And it goes down along that rail. You can see through this piston hole. If I can reach down there. There's a couple clips down there. Then it goes back up. Comes back up. Here's one of the clips right here. This line, ignore this line. And then it's broken right there, but that's where it goes together. So the return line goes along this passenger rail. Goes right down into the car. I'll show that later. And then here's the brake line also. So we'll start at this side of the brake line. Here's the passenger caliper. It's going to tie into here, like that. And then it has this bracket that looks just like that. And this will bolt into that, thread into there. And it goes back down under like the return line did. Comes back up, it goes into this bracket here. Now this bracket here, and then we'll just keep going like this. Then it also, so it starts at the proportioning valve on the top. So the top proportioning valve goes to the driver's side brake. The other side of this is the one that goes down over to the other disc brake, which I just showed over there. And then getting back to this 3/8 fuel line, I'm not sure if I showed this. It bolts right there. I'll go to the other side. Goes up underneath there. There's the spring. Comes back up. Bolts right behind this brake. There's a screw there, and that's for a clip. And here's the line. Again, this is how it came. I don't know if it was ever solid, but there's rubber on here now. So this is the driver's side. Now I'll stop it and raise the car. Okay, so now we're under the car. Here's that rubber hose I was showing you from the top. This is the fuel line. That looks like a factory clip, but who knows. So here's the brake line coming down. It clips right here. Here's the body mount. There's a clip right there. That's the last clip until it goes into the master cylinder. And it goes in on you can see the proportion valve goes in on the right side. So anyway, it comes down. So now the brake line to the back and the fuel line are running along here. There's a clip here, right next to this body hole, floor hole. There's a clip here, here, and from here it goes around. There's a clip there, goes around, and it goes up, Get the light over here. Again, I'm showing this because I had to figure it out. So when I replaced this floor pan, I cut through this line. But anyway, here's the brake line, and it ends at this bracket. You can see these brackets. I don't know. The light over here. Hard to do this with one hand. All these brackets have a bolt and a clip that goes into the bigger hole. So getting back to the brake line ends there, rear brake, and it goes onto the axle. And the fuel line, this is the main 3/8 line. There's one more clip right there. Here's the last clip. And here's where it's going to tie into the tank. Now we'll just switch sides. I took these lines down, they're lying on the table, but so there's two lines that are going to be here, like right there. Oh, that's backwards. Let me see. So here's those two lines. This tank is reverse. Return and vapor. That's where they tie in. So they're going to tie in right about here, right after that last clip. The line comes down, it bolts here, goes around again like it did on the other side. The clip here I took out, here. And then it, let's see, what does it do? I know what's going on. And it goes to this side of the frame. I don't know if you can see that clip. It went, the rubber hose here. I was on the other side, and it clips to the frame rail, and it goes up. And by the way, here's the where they have the ground strap to the engine. Here's the body mount. Vapor and return, ground strap. So we go over to this tank. I couldn't find this information anywhere, so that's why I'm putting it on here. So when I took this tank off here, you know, I'm wondering what line is what. I looked in the manual, and it doesn't say what size line is what. I mean, you can order it, but it's still, nobody tells you. So if we turn this the way it sits, like the other tank, this is what we have. Well, now I know. The big hole, the big hose, is the fuel, is the 3/8 fuel line. The return line goes directly into the tank. This is the 5/16. Let me look at this. And the vapor line goes into the sending unit also. So this is the quarter, 5/16, 3/8, and then on the top of the tank, this is the where the electrical ties in, and this is where the ground comes up. I'll show you. So this will clip onto the tank. This is the power. It goes to that hole right there. Right behind the gas filler goes right in there, and the ground goes right there. So going back over here to the new tank, We got the 3/8 line goes into the sending unit. We got the 1/4 inch vacuum line coming out of the sending unit. We got the 5/16 line that goes right into the tank. Now, you know, if you order factory lines, pre-bent lines, which I did first, you see this mess they got here? This is the factory way it came from the factory. I know because I looked at a couple other cars. Not sure why they did that. So here's the driver's side, because there's the filler. This is the fuel line. Now this just makes a loop. So if we follow this loop, that's the return line. So the return line goes down, over, makes a loop, and comes back and goes over the driver's side. So again, we have the vacuum, which was a little longer. At least the rubber hose was. And we got the return line. And they're both going to go, you can see it, they're going to return back down the frame rail. And so I took it off, and I was trying to duplicate them yesterday, and somehow I made it 6 inches too short. So, and then you have this, what would you call this? I wrote it down. That's a bubble flare. There's a double bubble flare on this existing. I can't make a double. But that, so the hose goes over and it's tight, and you put the clamp right there. And then here's the tool for making the bubble flare. I made a video on that. I might remake it. I was stumbling through it. And it takes a second to explain it. So that's it. That is the routing of these fuel lines. I was going to lay them back up there, but I'll just do one more video. Yeah, it's probably a boring video, but if you're stuck like I was, good luck finding this information. I mean, most people have a car that has the fuel lines on it. And I did too. Actually, these lines were on here. But when I took them all off to do the patching and the painting, you lose track of what's what. It's just, you end up with a pile of stuff. So I had to figure it all back out. That's it. It's hard to see the viewfinder right here. So this is what I do. You find a hole, get a crowbar. It'll follow the hole. You don't have to dig or anything. Get some gas. About that much. I'll go do the other ones. Back up. It's going to pour gas in the other holes. Take my torch. So I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that like a vacuum, like a whew, this time. A lot of times you'll hear it. It's really wild. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, right now they're on fire. I mean, it's helping. It's like they live under this slab here. But you can see there's not any over here now. But after rain, they come out. I'll show you one more thing. They like to dig holes at downspouts. So I plugged it up at first, but then I figured it poured the other day. I had blocked that up and the water started backing up, so I just unplugged it. All the water just goes right down underground. So I'll just let those burn out when they start smoking. When it's burned out, I just cover the hole. And that way I can at least tell, well, I can tell when the flame's out and trap the smoke in, and then I'll level the dirt off. And I just wait and do it again. Have to do it every so often. I got some holes in the back. But it just rains, so nothing's gonna catch fire. This isn't dangerous. I'm just sick of these suckers digging up my yard. So that's it.